Hello, everybody. This is Daniel Wynn, Private Lending Group, and I want to welcome you to our webinar today. Today, we're going to talk about commercial loan broker programs and go over a little bit of training for some of the new people that are trying to figure out how they can profit from commercial loans in 2017, how to find deals, how to qualify them quickly, and most importantly, how to fund them. And we do lend nationwide. We do have some target states that we'll go over in a little bit that we really focus on in the Midwest, but we are funding loans in 30 other plus states that allow business purpose loans. So why you should listen to what I have to say and share about commercial loan brokering. Well, let me give you a little bit of background about myself. I'm a 30-year veteran of mortgage lending. I started my own mortgage company 30 years ago doing regular loans, Fannie Mae, FHA, subprime lenders. I did subprime lenders before they even had FICO scores. Damn, I am old. And we had thermal fax paper, so I'm just telling you that because I've been doing this for a long time. So I focus now, and Private Lending Group focuses now on business purpose loans, which are basically commercial loans, and they can be a single family fix and flip investment loan. We've done commercial loans on hospitals and bowling alleys and multi-units. And one of our specialties in Cook County is working with people that are delinquent on their taxes and oftentimes almost on the verge of losing these properties, even though they have no mortgages. So we've created a product in Illinois, and we're also looking at getting that product and expanding this year into the East Coast, specifically New Jersey and New York for that. So the bottom line is I have a lot of experience in brokering loans. So I will not waste your time, and the company won't waste your time when you send us deals. It's either we like it or we don't like it, and there's a quick maybe while we check out a few things. So let's go to the next slide. So for those of you that are new to commercial loan brokering, let's go over some of the advantages of being in commercial loan brokerage, besides the fact that you don't have to be licensed. Um, the good thing about this is you could do this virtually anywhere. Our office during the wintertime is here in Las Vegas, and we close loans every week in Chicago and Cook County and the surrounding suburbs. And for those of you getting started, you can do this full or part-time. You could work out of an office, you could work out of your home, you could work out of Starbucks. I mean, it's really a portable business. And it's a prestigious and lucrative business once you know what you're doing, once you have the ability to sort through good loan requests versus bogus loan requests, and once you have a solid funder like we are to back you up. And today there's no better time to get started in commercial brokering because the economy has turned around. We have more funding sources and more programs than we did last year and 2 years ago and 3 years ago. So whether you're just getting started or you're a pro, there's no better time. Or you're an NMLS residential broker, there's no better time to get started. Turn those turn downs into commissions. The great thing about this is if you dedicate a little time every week into learning our products, you will eventually be able to close deals quickly and make some money. And let me just give one caveat. We do not and cannot fund every loan request that we receive, and you will not be able to fund every loan request that you receive. And you don't need to. You really, once you figure out what your goals are and how many deals you need to close a month, you'll realize that you just need to be able to pre-qualify people. And when you have a great deal, focus on getting that loan closed and don't worry about the weak deals that you'll receive because we all do receive them and trying to make them stick. So there's a balancing act and that comes with experience. And we're here to hold your hand and assist you with this learning process or in getting your loans funded quickly. So if you're just getting started as an affiliate, contact our office after the webinar about getting some business cards and setting up a landing page. We also want to encourage you to use free advertising online. Most of you know that the hidden secret for a lot of people is to be able to use Craigslist to advertise in your area or the areas around you that you do commercial loans, fix and flip loans, and you will actually receive leads. But obviously for us, and what I want to share, if you once you get past the free advertising, is you have to be online and you have to have a even a small Google AdWords budget. $50 a week can get the phone ringing. It's also important and advantageous that you continue to come to these trainings on a monthly basis. Go to our website, go to all our videos. We have lots of videos on our YouTube page, which is LoanMan34. And there's no better time, once again, to begin selling money. I always say, and it was in one of my manuals I created many years ago, nothing sells like money. So sell some money. Okay, in order to get deals and in order to pre-qualify, I mean, really all businesses, doesn't matter what business you're in, whether you're a lawyer, whether you have a coffee shop, you have to market your business. You have to have a great location if you're a retail business. But even if you have a great location, you have to market your business. You have to get the people that want your product to come to your store. And that's why I just spoke about Google AdWords, because Google AdWords is the perfect advertising forum, because people type in hard money loans, commercial loans, fix and flip loans, and they get to our website, and that's how we fund lots of deals every month. So every business needs a marketing mindset in order to succeed. If you don't have a domain name or a web page, it's easy to get one. They're only $10. With our landing page, that could be the beginning of your website. And a landing page is basically a video and a domain name that you like, that you can send people to, put on your business cards. And then it takes a mini application that gets sent to you via email. And I'll show you an example of that in a few minutes. Also, depending on what type of business you're currently in, you may already have a very valuable list that you can send emails to, and some of the marketing pieces that we have to let people know that you have money for sale. Networking with real estate realtors and real estate groups is another great way, obviously, to get business. So contact our office about setting up your online lead generation, and we'll help you get started selling loans and money. So let's go over some of the loan programs we have. Here's our flyer on the right that we've just sent out to hundreds of mortgage brokers in Chicago, because that is our primary market. It's where I'm from. It's the area I know the best. But let's go over some of the loans. So we have financed commercial and residential loans, warehouses, strip centers, office buildings. We love income producing properties like apartment complexes. Every day we do fix and flip properties for 1 to 4 units. We just closed a 5-unit yesterday. We allow cash out. We have rental property loans. So we have loans up to 5 years currently that we fund in-house, and we can go up to 30 years if we broker through some of our affiliate partners. Right now we only fund non-owner occupied residential, so we don't have to deal with the NMLS issue. As I said, we do loans from 1 to 5 years, and we have a maximum currently of 75% loan to value, and that's for our A borrower. I'm going to go over that in a second. Most of our loans right now are no income verification. We do ask for bank statements when we have certain situations where people look like the payment's going to be a little high, and we want to verify that they got income. So we do ask for bank statements sometimes, just to show that there's cash flow coming through the person's business and or checking account if they're an individual, to show that they have the ability to repay, although we don't really have a debt ratio number that we use on most of our loans. If you want a very best rate, then of course we underwrite that a little bit stricter, which I'll show you here in a second. So here's our current 3 different loan programs we have. We have the Investor Gold, Investor Silver. In the next slide, I will show you the bronze and some of the qualifications. But the Investor Gold requires a 680 minimum. Our best rate right now is 9.9%. And there's our points, 2 to 4 points. The borrower does have to prove reserves, 75% of purchase price and repairs. borrower must be able to prove rehab experience. For rehab experience, we're looking for them to have at least 2 or 3 transactions under their belt in the last 24 months in order to qualify for our best rate. We do have a minimum loan amount under the Investor Gold of $100,000 and a minimum after valuation of 130. And we are looking for a 45% debt ratio on the Investor Gold. So this is our best rate. We think that these rates could even go down for us in the months ahead. And when they do, we will announce that to you. So right now, the Investor Gold program is great for your high-end borrowers that have good FICOs, good reserves, and we give them a single-digit, just barely under 10%, but we're still competitive. And these are very competitive in the marketplace. The Investor Silver program requires a 640 minimum FICO. The rates can be somewhere between 12 and 14%, 3 to 5 points. Borrower has 3 months reserves. We can go 70 to 75% on this program also, depending on the strength of the deal. Think about it. The stronger somebody is with equity and credit and income, we can make exceptions going up. The weaker the person is based on FICO and credit history and value of the properties, then we get more conservative on the loan to value. Right now, we just did some analysis, and most of our loans across the board, we do a lot of 75% and 70s of purchase price and repairs, but across the board over the last 5 years, our average loan to value is under 60%. And we'd like to keep it that way. It's a conservative lending from our point of view. Minimum loan amount is $60,000. Borrower to prove rehab history. We're looking for some kind of HUD in the past. We can make exceptions if they could be their first time, if compensating factors allow. And we're looking for a minimum after value of $100,000. Let's go to the next slide and we'll go over the investor bronze. A lot of loans we do are in Chicago are people that don't qualify for gold and silver, and they have lower FICO scores. We max out at about 65% loan to value. We're okay with bankruptcies and foreclosures and short sales. There's no debt ratio requirement whatsoever. These are people that have free and clear properties many times. They can't go to the bank. There's no other private money people that want to do $35,000 loans or $40,000 loans or 60. And so we fund a lot of those deals because we're very comfortable lending on those. We do have a minimum after value of $90,000 and a minimum loan amount of $35,000. The minimum after value of $90,000 is because we don't want to get a lot of properties in the portfolio that are sub $75,000 or $60,000, and we had those in the past, and we learned some valuable lessons doing that. We can make exceptions if people have multiple properties. If people have 3 properties worth $75,000 each, or 2 properties at $90,000 and 1 at $40,000, we've cross collateralized. So we do get creative when and do make exceptions when the borrower and the project warrants making exceptions. So let's go over some of the terms and requirements. For the programs above, we're specifically, starting with 1 to 4 units, and everything above the 1 to 4 units, the 5 units to 20 units, a lot of that pricing can still apply, but we have to underwrite that file based on some of the terms here. Our loan terms currently, most of our loans are written for 1 to 2 years. We can build in extra years. As we said, we can go out to 5 years with some of our programs. When we ask for income proof, we don't ask for tax returns. We look for W-2 or 12 or 6 months worth of bank statements. We do ask that the rehab funds be escrowed. Many times if the rehab escrow project is like $30,000, we allow $15,000 to be dispersed at closing, and we hold the other $15,000 till the work is completed. And then once the work is completed, lien waivers are signed, and it's been proven by our inspectors, the title company or the escrow agent releases the remaining escrowed funds. The states that we are focusing on, but we do fund outside of this, is Illinois, Indiana, Ohio, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Texas, Colorado, and Florida. We also have something pretty cool, which is a joint venture opportunities. In the past, we found many people that have been able to find great deals on properties, great properties, great assets, and great neighborhoods, yet they don't have the 25% down, or they don't have the 35% down, or sometimes they have very little to put down. So what we've done is on a deal by deal basis, and it does have to be more in the investor gold qualifications, higher end deals. We will joint venture with people that can bring us deals and have meet some of our qualifications. It's a deal by deal basis on the qualifications, but if you can find properties at great prices and you want a partner that's got money and experience, then bring us some of those deals and we'll see if we can get them funded for you. As I said earlier, we do a lot of cross collateralization. People want bigger loan amounts. They have multiple assets, many times free and clear or no mortgages on it. So we've cross collateralized those loans. We love funding free and clear properties. So here's where we make our pricing adjustments. We make pricing adjustments for FICO scores under 580. We've done people with 480 credit scores, but we don't do them at 75% loan to value. That makes sense, right? We want to be at a more conservative loan to value. We also make exceptions for other properties, like I told you, commercial, mixed use, storefronts, daycares, whatever you got out there. We do have a minimum fee, so if we do a $40,000 loan, unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on which side and how everybody feels about the transaction, we have a $4,000 minimum fee for that transaction. We also have a $695 doc prep fee for our attorneys or ourselves doing the loan docs and getting them ready for title. We do have a $300 inspection fee. We require no money up front to get an approval. You send us your deals. There's no money to look at it, to approve it, to answer your questions, to figure out how to make it work. But once we send out an LOI, which is our letter of intent, we require that the borrower signs it. And then when they sign it, they're agreeing to the terms. Everything's in black and white, our interest rate, the points, the projected closing date. And at that time, we ask that they pay their inspection fee. Now, we're doing a 24 unit, and their inspection fee isn't $300. So the $300 works for most 1 to 4s, 5, 6 units. Once we get above that, the inspection fees can be a little bit more. But we don't need like MAI appraisals or anything like that to fund our deals. There is our contact information and our website. Feel free to call us, email us at any time. And many of you online, we already, do talk to you on a regular basis. So how easy is it to qualify deals? I do this every day, and these are the questions that I train people in our office, and this is what I recommend to people that are outside the office. First thing you want to know, owner or non-owner occupied, because we don't do owner occupied. Let's just eliminate those leads right off the get-go. The next question I ask is value. What is it worth if you already own it? What is it worth if you're purchasing it? What's the purchase price? From there, I want to know, do you owe anything on it, or what are you putting down? Because I want to figure out loan to value, loan to cost. So that's why we ask question number 3, how much do you owe? Then I ask for, where is the property located? And there are some no loan zones around the country. And those basically are based on the minimum loan amounts that we want and minimum after values, which we went over already. Next, I ask about property type and income, and we go over the rehab, if it's a rehab property, and most importantly, I ask how soon do they need to close. So those 7 questions are what I ask every day, and of course, once people answer those, there's many other questions that I could ask to go deeper into the transaction. Because when I'm talking to the people, I'm actually underwriting the file when we're on phone together. I am the underwriter. I am the one that signs off on majority of the deals. So this is a great way, and you could print this out and keep this next to your desk if you're just getting started for the old pros. Maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. Why investors use private money? Private money, why people with perfect credit and great jobs use us is because we're fast. People that have less options, that can't go to the banks or the Fannie Mae lenders, well, that's obvious. They need us. they have less options. But the people, we deal with people with, like I said, 480 FICO scores and 780 FICO scores. But the people, why people use us is because we are quick. We don't like to waste your time. We don't shop the deals. We don't take in a loan application and then shop it, trying to find an investor. We pretty much underwrite it in-house, decide that it's something that we can do, and then we let you know how we can do it. Because sometimes your loan requests come in for higher loan amounts that don't work, but if we can adjust the loan amount or get some additional collateral, we we curate the loan and make sure it's a win-win for all the parties involved. So time is money, and real estate investors pay for speed. So that's why a lot of people use private money. Um, this is an obvious fact. If you can close a loan, meaning through us or through another lending source, then you get paid fast. That's why we do this. And that's when, everybody wants to get those deals that close in a week or 2 weeks, and we get those all the time. And hopefully we can close some with you in 2017. Some of you that are in the regular lending business, you know that banks and even some of those subprime lenders out there can take a long time to underwrite files. You all have horror stories if you're already doing a business. And some of the people even that do what I do take a long time. So hopefully you can close some deals with us and we will impress you with the speed of when we can fund deals. Obviously, if people can get the loans faster to rehabbers, then they know they're going to get the money from us. They can often get a discount on the property when they're bidding against other people. And why investors use us is because, rehabber that, let's say you're a rehabber on the line. Hopefully you're flipping loans on a regular basis. You want to get into a groove with somebody. You know that as soon as you're almost finishing up with one property, we can get you approved for the next one. And we have a lot of people that we do business with that come to us every time they start their next project, getting ready to sell the one that they were working on. And obviously that's repeat business is a great way to build your business. Here's the landing page for those of you that are getting started with us as affiliates. If you're a mortgage broker and you want to use one of our landing pages, commercial loan mortgage broker, I don't think I can supply this to the NMLS people. It won't pass any of your compliance officers. But for the commercial people, give us a call, send us an email, and we'll see if we can assist you with putting together a landing page. Question why all of you are on the line today is, how much money do you want to make in 2017 closing loans? If you're a borrower, how much can you make from working with us? And depending on your experience level, whatever, depending on whether you're doing this full time or not, there's different ways that you're going to be able to earn money. We have different plans. But how many investors can you help each month or each year? That's the first question that you have to figure out. And if you work that backwards, we have, people that make $1,000 for just referring a name to us. We have people that make $4,000. We even had a deal that came in last month where the broker earned $10,000, and we made equal to that in a loan that closed in like 2 weeks. It was a $375,000 loan in Chicago on the north side. And they got a really great deal on it. They paid a hefty fee, but they're going to make a lot of money, several $100,000 of worth of equity. So once you know that, then you just got to figure out how many transactions you got to do per year or per month. So let's recap what we just went over here. If you have any questions, just type into the message below here. And if you want to email me after, you can email me, dan@plgus.com. But let's recap. So in the commercial lending business, you have to have a marketing mindset. Secondly, you need to dedicate time, resources to grow your business. We're a great resource for the affiliates. We have we have a library full of training programs that and training videos that we've created over the last several years. You must learn the guidelines inside and out. I went over them very quickly, but the way to go over them is when people are actually applying for loans. That's when you really learn how to work those guidelines. If you're going to use our landing page, well, we can show you how to set up a domain and start using the lead capture page. For those of you just getting started, it's really important to set goals and then start submitting some applications. In any business, you have to be persistent. The money's in the follow-up and never quit. When I got restarted in this business 5 years ago, forming this company after the crash, we didn't close a lot of loans, but we closed loans, and we close them, um, and we help those people, and you build your business one day at a time. And before you know it, you're getting repeat business. The word gets out that you don't BS people, that you close loans quickly. And that's why we turn away a lot of deals, because we don't want to get dragged down in alligators, right? So we don't want to say, oh, we think we could do every deal. We close loans quickly because we can move on to the next good deal. We don't have to get on every bus. There will be another bus coming, um, in another, the next day or the next hour. So don't wait. Get started today. Go to our website. Make sure you get on our emailing list. We send out emails every week, going over different loan announcements, loans that we funded, loans that we're trying to fund. Um, and I hope you picked up a few tips. I look forward to working with you in 2017. It's a great time. The economy is good. A lot of places are real estate prices are going up. And a few people were saying thank you, and a few people were asking me to call them. So I'll make sure that we follow up with you. I want to thank you for spending some time here and look forward to working with you in 2017. Have a good night.